What's up, world? This is your guy, Guitar K, and today we're going to be talking about how the race is about the running, man, not the destination. Look, the running is the goal. The journey is the goal. We got to learn to embrace the journey. We got to learn to make the most out of every step. Keep your eyes on the prize, but learn to enjoy the trip on the way there. Look, if you only focused on the destination and don't learn to enjoy the journey, you're going to be miserable most of the time. We got to stop counting the days and make the days count. Look, learn to embrace the moment. Live in the present. Look, the running, that's a huge part of the journey. As a matter of fact, it's absolutely necessary part of the journey. So you got to learn to embrace it. I think most people don't like the journey part because you're not good at it.
Oh, no.
So what we need to do, the question is, how do I get good at the running part? How do I get better at the journey? Because when you get good at something, you don't mind doing it as much. So we got to focus on being better at the journey part. We got to focus on being better runners. Of course, we want to get to the finish line, but you got to learn to embrace the running. The race is about the running, not just the destination. How can I make the most of every day so that I'm patient enough and not driving myself crazy up the wall with anxiety and depression and boredom? How can we learn to live just for the day? Look, if we wake up every day thinking about tomorrow, worried about what happened yesterday, you're going to have a miserable existence. There's no better way for me to say that, man. There's no way you can enjoy the present if you're not present in the present. I don't know how to say that no better. Look, we got to learn that the race is all about the running. It's not just about the destination. The destination is part of it, but I'm telling you, the running is more important. Look, get up and make the most of the day. Look, you don't want to have a miserable existence. So we need to learn to embrace the here and now, the right now. Look, every second is precious. Every moment, every minute is precious. So we got to learn to treat it as such. But no, you can't wait till payday. You can't wait till vacation time. You can't wait till you get off. You can't wait. Newsflash, you're going to have to wait. Last time I checked, it's 24 hours in a day. It's 7 days in a week. So you're going to have to wait just like everybody else. But the trick is to learn to make the most out of the waiting, to learn to find something that you can do that's not going to have your mind going crazy in the middle of the waiting, because you're going to have to do the waiting part. So you might as well learn to accept it. You might as well learn to embrace it. Look, find something that you enjoy doing in the meantime and do that. They say when you're having fun, you ain't watching the clock. They say when you're doing something you love, the time just fly by anyway. The problem is you're not doing nothing that you love. You're not finding nothing to, take away that idle time. They say that idle time is the devil's workshop. So while you're just sitting here talking about something, I can't wait till Friday, you're going to have a miserable Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Look, stop living like that. Find something beautiful to do on Monday. Find something you love to do on Tuesday. Find something we would all like to do on Wednesday. Look, chill and get yourself some rest on Thursday, man. The next thing you know, you wake up and it's Friday. Look, learn that the running is just you got to do it, man. You got to do it. So since you got to do it, you might as well do it the best that you can. You might as well learn to enjoy it. You might as well embrace it. Look, man, I think it's more about like focus and self-discipline, self-control, man. You got to get yourself together. Don't let your mind control you. You control your mind. Payday's coming. Vacation time's coming. Whatever you think is coming or it's not.
What?
But worried about it ain't going to add no time to your life. Focus on your steps that you're taking right now so you don't trip over something at the end of the day. Look, if you're bored and going crazy when you all alone, then I think that just means you in bad company. That means that you need to become a less boring, more interesting person. Find some new things to do. Become open-minded. Expand your horizons. Look, if you're bored when you by yourself, if you bore yourself to death, you're probably boring the people that surround you half to death.
Oh my God.
Become more interesting. Read some things. Write some things. Work out. Do some cooking. Try to make some new recipes. I don't know, man. So many things out there to do. Go on YouTube and find something to do. But don't sit around talking about your boy, whine, crying, talking about I can't wait for this and I can't wait to that. Like I said, that's the type of mentality that's going to keep you in anxiety mode. That's going to keep you with the down, down, down of depression, man. We ain't got time for that. Get up and make something happen. You can't just sit on the sideline waiting for something to happen, because guess what? Ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing happening. You got to get up and make it happen. And the beautiful thing is that you can do it. You know how Ice Cube used to say, man, look, you can do it. All you got to do is put your back into it. You can do it, put your back into it. Get up, get out, and get something, man. Start now. Look, man, start using your time wisely. Make the most of your days. Stop wasting so much time, like I said, waiting on something that's not coming or not happening anyway. You got to wake up and go to it. It is not coming to you. Look, you got to find things to fill in the gaps today. Become better at living. Because the harsh truth is that life, it ain't getting no easier. This world ain't getting no better. But it's on us to become better at the world. Look, life gonna keep lifing, people gonna keep peopling. So all we need to do is become better at navigating that life thing and become better at reacting to peopling, because ain't nothing we can do. Only we can control is the way we act. We control our perception. We can control our effort. We can become better runners at the end of the day. Remember, like I said, man, the race is about the running, not just getting to the finish line. This is your guy, Guitar K. Be more